Hello everyone. In the last session we saw the different types of semiconductors. That is, semiconductors are broadly classified into two types: intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors are nothing but the semiconductors in its purest form. We are not going to add any kind of impurity atoms to these semiconductors, and that kind of semiconductors are called as intrinsic semiconductors. Examples for intrinsic semiconductors are germanium and silicon. Coming to the extrinsic semiconductors, that is the other type of semiconductor. These extrinsic semiconductors are got by adding the impurity atoms to silicon and germanium, and the process of adding impurity atoms is called as doping, and the impurity atom what we are going to add to these silicon and germanium are called as dopants. And by adding these impurity atoms, we are going to increase the conductivity of these semiconductors. And these extrinsic semiconductors are again classified into N type of semiconductors and P type of semiconductors. In N type of semiconductors, we are going to add pentavalent impurity atom to silicon and germanium. Pentavalent impurity atoms are nothing but arsenic, phosphorus and antimony. Here, these pentavalent impurity atoms are called as donor atoms because they are going to donate their fifth valence electron to the crystal that is structure. And in these N type of semiconductors, electrons are the majority charge carriers and holes are the minority charge carriers. Coming to the P type of semiconductors, to the semiconductors, that is to silicon and germanium, we are going to add trivalent impurity atom where tri stands for 3, and we are going to add the atoms where 3 valence electrons are present. Valence electrons are nothing but the electrons which are present in the last orbit of an atom. So the examples are boron, aluminium, gallium, etc. And these trivalent impurity atoms are called as acceptor atoms because they are having the capability to accept the electron from the neighboring silicon atoms or the neighboring atoms. And here in these P type of semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers and electrons are the minority charge carriers. Now let's begin with the next topic, that is PN junction. So what is this PN junction? A PN junction is formed by doping a donor impurity into one side and acceptor impurity into other side of a single semiconductor crystal such as silicon or germanium. What they are going to do is they are going to take a single crystal, that is semiconductor crystal, either of germanium or silicon. They are going to mask or they are going to close half of this crystal and they are going to add trivalent impurity atoms on one side of these semiconductor crystal. That is, either we can take silicon or germanium as the base, Upon this base, half of this crystal will be masked. I mean, half of the crystal will be closed and another half will be exposed to trivalent impurity atoms. As soon as these trivalent impurity atoms are deposited, as soon as these trivalent impurity atoms are added to these semiconductors, P type of semiconductors are formed on one side of these semiconductors. Later on, what they are going to do is they are going to now close these P type. They are just going to close these P type, and here to this region, they are going to add pentavalent impurity atom. Pentavalent impurity atom in the sense an atom which is having 5 valence electron. As soon as these pentavalent impurity atoms are added to silicon or germanium, N type of semiconductors are formed. So they are going to take a semiconductor crystal either of silicon or germanium, and on one side they are going to add trivalent impurity atom, on the other side they are going to add pentavalent impurity atom. Like this, they are going to get a PN junction. This is what is called as junction. That is, the layer which separates the P type and the N type itself is called as the junction. Here you can easily see the diagram. Here this is the PN junction. What happens when a p-type and n-type semiconductors are combined together, or what happens when a p-type come closer with the n-type another node? Now let us try to understand what exactly is this formation of depletion layer. As soon as p-type and n-type are brought closer to each other, we know that in the p-type of semiconductor, that is in the p region, we are having acceptor atoms or acceptor ions. What is an ion? Ion is nothing but an atom which has lost or gained an electron, is called as an ion. While forming a p-type of semiconductor, we have seen that there will be holes created in the crystal lattice structure, because we are going to add trivalent impurity atom, that is atoms which are having 3 valence electron. But as soon as these trivalent impurity atoms are added to the crystal structure, that is the semiconductor crystal structure, three valence electrons of this impurity atom will form the covalent bond with its neighboring silicon atom, and the fourth covalent bond, in the fourth covalent bond, one of the place will be left open. There will be creation of a hole in the fourth covalent bond. So here the atom has an ability to accept the electron, hence it is called as acceptor atoms or acceptor ions ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So here p region will be having a number of ions, and that is acceptor ions, that will be denoted like this, because in an acceptor atom will be having more number of electrons compared to holes. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಎರಡೂ ಅನ್ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, because ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ದಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಟು accept an neighboring electron. So if an electron comes and sit in that empty place, then the electron number will be more compared to the positively charged proton present inside the nucleus. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ion ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, which has gained an electron, and that ion will be represented like this. Okay, because electron will be having negative charge ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ now that atom will be represented like this, and in the p region we will be having positively charged holes which will be represented just by a empty circle. So in the p region we can easily see that we are having more number of ions like this and more number of holes like this in the p region. Coming to the n region will be having donor atoms. N region will be having donor atoms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ the atom can donate an electron. After donating an electron to the neighboring atom, this atom will be called as an ion, which is having positively charged, because it has donated one electron to its neighboring atom. As soon as it has been donated an electron, the positive charge which is present inside the nucleus is more compared to negative charges which is present outside the nucleus. So these n type of semiconductors will be having ions which are positively charged, and they are represented like this. Along with these positively charged ions, we will be having electrons in the n type of semiconductor, because they are majority in number. In p type of semiconductor, holes are the majority charge carriers, so that is represented by an empty space, whereas in n type of semiconductor, electrons are the majority charge carriers. So now we can see in p type of semiconductor, that is in the p region, we are having a number of negative charged ions and holes, positively charged holes, whereas in the n region we are having a number of positively charged ions and negatively charged electrons. Because of this, we are going to see difference in the concentration gradient, because here in the p side we are having positively charged holes, whereas in the n side we are having negatively charged electrons. So there is difference in the concentration gradients. So what happens is, these electrons which are present in the n region, they start to diffuse from N region to P region. Diffuse in the sense they try to move from N region to P region. They start moving from N type of semiconductor towards the P type of semiconductor through this junction. So as soon as these electrons starts moving from N region to P region, these negatively charged electrons will go and occupy in on the holes, because these holes are having positively charged, and we know that unlike charges attract each other. So these holes now which are present in the P region will be filled by the electron which are coming from the N type of region. So we are going to see a place where both electrons as well as holes are not present near the junction, and that region will be called as a depletion region. Because what is this depletion means? Depletion is nothing but where neither the holes nor the electrons are present. That is, none of the charge carriers are present near the junction. That is, charge carriers ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we are talking about the majority charge carriers. In the N region we are having electrons as the majority charge carriers, and in the P region we are having holes as the majority charge carriers. And these majority charge carriers have recombined in the sense the electrons will combine with the holes, and this process, that is electron moving from N region to P region, is called as diffusion. The process of transferring of electrons from one region to another region through the junction because of the difference in the concentration gradient is called as diffusion. So because of this diffusion, there will be the formation of a region what is called as a depletion region, where none of the charge carriers are present. In the P region, we are going to see that holes are not present up to some region, and in the N region across the junction, that is near the junction, we are going to see the electrons are not present, and that region where none of the charge carriers are present is called as the depletion region. And the process of combining these electrons with the holes is called as recombination, and this narrow region itself is called as depletion region. Like this, the depletion region will be formed, and if you are going to see into the picture, in the depletion region we are going to see only the immobile ions. That is, to the P side we are going to see the negatively charged ions, and to the N side we are going to see the positively charged ions. And in this region we are not going to see any kind of free electrons or the holes. So as soon as a P region as well as N region are brought very much closer to each other, because of the difference in the concentration gradient, the electrons which are present in the N region, they start diffusing from N region to P region. They start moving from N region to P region. We know that opposite charges attract each other. So we are going to see the electrons starts diffusing from N region to P region to combine with the holes, and the process is called as recombining or the recombination, where the electrons will start moving from the N region towards the P region, and they are going to occupy the whole place which are positively charged. In this process, we are going to see a region where none of the charge carriers are present. That is, we are not going to see the free electrons or the holes across the junction, that is near the junction, and that region will be called as depletion region.